All right. Oops. Can I? Oh, I can. Nope. It won't let me go that direction. La, la, la. Dude, that is dirty. That seat is dirty. Look at, look at the seat. It's kind of dirty. I'm not a priss, but look at that. I don't want that on my nice. Whoops. Let's see here. My nice light colored shorts. Yeah, I don't think so. All right. Whew. All right. Well, I just wanted to go live real quick because I got bored today. It was hot. Um, work was slow. So, taking a break right now. But so I decided to come over to this little town in Virginia here. Let me show you. See, I'm sitting inside. I'm under a thingamajobby. It's like a little place where people can sit and eat. Isn't that cute? Huh. I'm by the Piece of Pie Pizzeria. So there's people in and out. This is a public parking lot here. And there's people in and out constantly right here. There's not a lot of traffic, I would say. But if you can, but the police department is over here somewhere. I looked at within walking distance. It was only a couple minutes away. It's probably this building back in here. Hey, Tanya. Hey, girl. So I got my signs. Let me show you. I got them sitting up right now. I got my Justice for Sonia Massie and Stop Murder by Police. The other side has Call Cops, Get Murdered. But I usually use this one the most. I use that one. Justice for Sonia Massie. So I've been sitting out on this corner right here, like right in here, because it's been shaded. It was nice and shaded today on the sidewalk. It was probably around high 80s, around 90. What happened? Yes. Oh, you mean what happened? Okay, Sonia Massie. So, oh, look at, there's some guys over there. Hold on. Hold on. Look at. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We got, oh, there. Okay. They turned up. They got their radio going real loud. There you go. Turn it down a little bit. I'm turning into a granny over here. Turn your music down. No. I've been playing my music on the corner. I've been. What have I been doing today? I've been standing on the corner. That sounds horrible, doesn't it? But I have my signs. I've been protesting today. I got kind of bored and decided, hey, why not? So I always carry my signs around with me. There's Justice for Sonia Massie. And then I couple it with this one, Stop Murder by Police. Yes, I am wearing flip-flops. Can you tell? I'm a flip-flop protester. I like my flip-flops. I've even got, let me show you. Look at, I've got flip-flop feet. Look at that. You could tell where the flip-flops been. I came from Texas, so I've been in the sun a lot. Look at that. Oh, well. But, okay, so my age, I am 53 years old, if you can believe it. Can't believe it's been 53 years. So, I'm out here protesting, and all I'm doing is holding signs. I didn't go live because, honestly, what I'm doing is not very entertaining for you, I'm sure. Not very entertaining. But I thought that I would, I don't have to be on video in order to protest. Protesting really has nothing to do with the video part of it, honestly. Right? The bottom of my, what? What are you, like foot fetish people or something? Let's see. I'm just trying to look through some of the messages here. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that one can stay hidden. Let's see. Yeah, those will just stay. Okay, no, not to look at those. Okay. Uh, oh, yeah, we got all the oh, we got some sillies in here. Okay, where am I at? Okay, there's a real question. Real question. I am not showing you the bottom of my feet. That's the thing. If you start asking, I will not. Okay, so let's see here. What did you ask? Now I forgot. Oh, where am I at? And no, I do not do OnlyFans. I am not here for your sexual pleasure. I am here because I protest. And I wanted to tell people about what I've been doing today and some of the interactions that I've had. So I'm in I can't say it right, Alta Vista. Woo. Wait. We got the motorcycles going out. Woo. Okay. Do I have any music from Texas? No. I've never been a country music person. So, and there was a lot of country music in that area, but I've listened to it a little bit, but I don't know any songs. No. I'm more 80s rock kind of person, old time rock. But anyway, okay. And this is not, if you guys want to put, I see people putting political stuff in for like just all the, I'm not telling you you can't. You can put anything political in there that you want to. Just know that I'm not talking about politics. So have at it. Okay, what is my protest about? I'll show you again, because I got the signs. Okay, this is what I've been holding up. The justice for Sonia Massie. There we go. Make sure you can see the name correctly or not. And then stop murder by police. Okay. Oh, and on the other side it is, and this is what happened to her. Call the cops, get murdered. So if you don't know what happened, Sonia Massie was a lady that called the police in order to, because she thought there was somebody outside like prowling around her house. And so she was concerned, she was scared, and so she called the police. Which, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Right? When you are afraid because you think that somebody is coming into your home, your first thought is that you would call the police, right? They'll protect you, right? Well, the police ended come in and murdering her in her own home. Oh, we got more motorcycles. I agree, Tanya. Let's see. Okay, if you can't spam my chat, so yeah, no. There, I just gave you a minute out for one of you. You guys, like, seriously. I'm not showing you my feet, and if I tell you I'm not doing something, don't spam my chat. That's just stupid. But anyway, were those Harleys? I don't even know. I like motorcycles. I just think it's fun. But anyway, so Sonia Massie, she was murdered in her home. He shot her in the head. Most people know the story. And yes, she was a black woman, and it was obvious from if you watch the whole video, there's video of it. That's the thing, the cops video. There were two cops. Hi, James. Two police officers that came in, and they were looking for the prowler that they couldn't find anybody. So they ended up coming in and asking for her ID. She was looking in her thing for the ID. The first thing she said when she opened up the door was that she was afraid they were gonna hurt, like, don't hurt me. And they said, why would we hurt you? We're the police here to help, right? But they went into her home, and she was looking for her ID that they wanted, and it was, huh? I like your signs. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's important to get the message out. Especially in an area like this. I just heard about a lady that was murdered by the police right over back here, that was like 80 some years old. She had her cane and she didn't have her hearing aids in. And they thought it was a gun, and they shot her and killed her. It's got to stop at some point. And accountability has to be had. It has to be had. I agree. Yeah, accountability. That's what I'm asking for. Accountability. Justice. Yeah. You get different reactions. So there was somebody that was just, let's see here. She was saying, like, we need accountability. We do need accountability, and we have to start standing up, and somebody's got to stand up. I mean, I'm in Virginia. This all happened in Illinois. But so she's okay, go back to the story. She is at her home, and the police are in there. She's looking for her ID, and she has a pot of boiling water on the stove. And the police officer tells her they don't want a fire. I'm usually not concerned about a fire when somebody's boiling water. But like the way her house was, she was sitting on the couch, and then there was a counter there, and then the kitchen's right there, so it's all open. And so they wanted her to get the pot of boiling water off, okay? And so she went over and she took it off. Well, then he accuses her. She says to him, what was it? I want to make sure I get it right. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, because he's telling her, put the pot down, put the pot down. He's acting like she's going to throw this pot at him. And he ends up telling her that he's going to shoot her in the head. And she goes down to the ground and everything. Like, it was crazy. And he does. He ends up shooting her in the head. Now, there have been a couple people who have tried to say that they slowed it way down, and that they have seen where she actually some of the water came out of the pot, or she held the pot up or something like that. Let me speak to that, because let's just pretend. Let's pretend that is actually factual. Okay. So then why did he walk towards her? If she was a danger enough to shoot her, why did he walk towards her? You wouldn't do that. He had the counter behind him. He went around the counter. So, I mean, like, there was all this. And if you say she threw the water. All right. There's no threat anymore. Why shoot her afterwards? He never got any water on him. But he shot this woman dead in the head. And then when his partner came over and wanted to give her aid, he said, no, save your aid pack. She's done for. Yes, we're talking about the lady with the boiling water. She was ducking. That's what I think too, that she was ducking and the water came out. Yeah, after shot, because they were saying, oh, look, there's water on the floor. See, told you, it's all the way over here. Well, when she fell, and yeah, the water it moves. Just because you wear a badge doesn't make them any different than anybody else. They need to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Yes. How are you going to be a large man and a cop and be scared of boiling water? Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. There's distance between them. Everything he did, when he first walked in, he was irritated with her. You could tell. He did the, like this. And you could tell that she even said she had taken her medicine. I don't know what medicine that was, but you could tell that she was having some issues. Okay. That she was like maybe foggy or something, it's hard to really say, but I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist and I don't know her situation exactly, but you could tell she was off somewhat. And if I could tell that, the police could tell that, right? Okay, and so they should have known better. If you're so concerned, why have her go and even touch the boiling water? There were two of them. Why didn't one of them, if they were so concerned about a fire, why didn't one of them do it? So, oh, thank you. You like the shirt? Yeah. I, I had never been to a Buc-ee's before. Side note, I'd never been to a Buc-ee's before, and I finally started seeing Buc-ee's when I was in Texas, and so I got one of these. Isn't it cute? It's like a little hipster kind of thing, you know. But I still haven't eaten a Buc-ee's sandwich. I need to eat a Buc-ee's sandwich. Uh, their barbecue sandwiches. I wanted to try them, but the one time I was gonna do it, me and Echo, we were traveling, and we're like, he's like, oh yeah, you can try the sandwich when we're at Buc-ee's. Well, there was a storm chasing us, and it was like a storm that had like tornado clouds in it and stuff. And so we were trying to outrun it. We were going down the interstate trying to outrun it, and we were at the Buc-ee's, and I just didn't. We just hurried up and peed and left real quick, you know, because we didn't want to get stuck, and we did get stuck. And I saw we were. Okay, everybody was trying to get out of the way of this storm. Everybody, it's real slow. The traffic slowed down. We're on like an interstate. Tons of people. You can't go nowhere. There was no driving 65, 70 miles an hour. We're driving down the interstate real slow. We're stuck in traffic, and we're like on this bridgey thing. And here comes the storm, and there was hail and everything, and it was hitting the car. And I am not shitting you. I look up because like Eddie's like, oh, watch the clouds. I look up and I see them start going like this. I see the clouds start going like that. Right next to the bridge that I was on. It scared the bejesus out of me. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh crap, here it comes, and there's nowhere you can go. The barbecue sandwiches are good. Beaver nuggets. That is kind of funny. I like their clothes actually, James. I think they have some really cute little like shirts. I liked even their little bathing suits and stuff were really cute. They had some cute stuff. Doing what? I'm actually live right now, so I figured you didn't want to. Guys, I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I probably lost everybody, but that's okay. So I'm very excited because I just talked to a young lady that is from this area, college age, and she was asking me if I had ever wanted to organize a protest. And I'm like, yeah, right now it's just me and my friend Pluck the Patriarchy. It's just the two of us. And she was saying that she has the ability to get a hold of people. And there's a bigger city not too far away from here that we would be able to, she has the networking to get people who would be very interested in protesting. So that is awesome. Maybe we could maybe Pluck and I'll get a protest started down here in this area of Virginia. How cool is that? No, Pluck's not here right now. Pluck's at home. That is awesome. I'm really excited about that. I'm so glad I met her. So let me tell you who else I met today, okay? I've met some very interesting people today. I met one couple came and stopped and talked to me for a while in their car. And they were telling me just about this area and things that have happened in this area with like the police killing somebody. And I guess back, let me see if I can show you. Hold on a second. Back, whoops, I have my hand back that way. So back over, I think the police department is right here. I think it might be. But anyways, they were saying back in that area that there was an elderly lady. She was in her 80s, and that the police thought that she had a gun, and she didn't have her hearing aids in. And they told her to put the gun down, but she couldn't hear them correctly. And so they ended up shooting and killing her. And they were telling me about that. And then they were telling me about down here a ways, there's a brick building that I can see. And about a police interaction there where they beat up a bunch of people. No, I'm not in Bunker Hill. I'm in Virginia. I already told you, Alta Vista. But there were people down there that the police came. It was like one guy was just getting his food. And I think it was a bunch of black guys. And that there was a preacher who tried to make he had like a revival thing and was trying to get everybody of all the different races together and like a peaceful kind of thing, So it was kind of cool. But I had a very interesting conversation with them. It was really nice. We talked for quite a while, actually. And then I had another guy who he was not very friendly. Let me just put it that way. I've only had one unfriendly person today, and it was him. He gets the winner, chicken dinner. He gets the prize. He was the asshole of the day. You know what? I hate it when people like just drive by and yell stuff and then take off. It's like, no, stop and talk. I really will just talk. I like to talk to people, but instead they want to just have their say, yell at you, and then run. And it's like, well, don't run, dude. Like, seriously. But he was mad at not mad at me, but like he told me I better be careful. After he was telling me about the police, he said, how'd he start off? He was like, what about the police that get killed in the line of duty? And I'm like, that makes it okay for them to kill us? Well, no. And it went downhill from there. And he was like, I was like, it's not, we just went back and forth. I was like, no, they're not supposed to be killing us. And he's like, said something about George Floyd. Like, they always try to throw it at me like that, like I'm a Democrat. They always throw the Democrat thing at you or this or that. And I'm like, and he was like, that he told me, he said, you better be careful. I took that as a threat. Okay. I took that as a threat. It was not said in a nice way. Like, oh, you better watch out, lady. I mean, there's some mean people out here. You better be. He was telling me, you better be careful for my signs. How I took that as a threat. But it wasn't very nice. But it makes me more inspired to stand out here. It makes me more inspired to just stand out here. So he gave me a little pep in my step. There's a lot about the sheriff being posted on YouTube. I'm gonna have to find out because, okay, so I had another lady, and she had a young man, a young boy with her, and they were walking down the sidewalk, and I'm always like, hi, you know, when people come up to me, and she actually was the cousin. Okay, let me get this right. That was her aunt. Okay, so she was the cousin. That was her cousin. Either her cousin or aunt. She was related. How's that? She was related to the lady that got shot by the police, the old lady. And she filled me in a little bit more about how it had been a cane. It hadn't even been a gun. It had just been a cane. I need more water. And so we got to talk for a little bit. And the whole thing is accountability. Is that the police, we need accountability. And what keeps being said over and over is who protects us from the police. What did Tanya say? Oh, okay. So that was a very interesting conversation. What we got here? I don't know what that is. All right, time you out. Some people don't listen. All right. So, when you're out protesting, I like to do protesting even by myself. I love to just get a sign when I'm in the mood, when I have a cause that I feel like going out for. I love to come out and just stand with a sign. That's all you got to do. I'm going to encourage people. You don't need a bunch of people around. All you need, okay, go to the dollar store, okay, Dollar General, and let me show you. See? Look at this. This is just foam board. It doesn't last a super duper long time. You can tell it kind of starts coming up off of here, but it's good for at least one use. Maybe even more. Whoops, get that stuff off there. But you can get those. Ended up getting a black one. They're foamy. And they're easier to hold when it's windy out. There's tricks to protesting. It's a lot harder with one of the flimsy, cardboardy protest signs, just so you know. And you got to make them you got to make them so that people can see the words. See how thick my words are there? And like, see how thick that is? And bright. But it's $1, okay? It's $1. They're each $1. Get your markers, get you some markers, get a whiteboard and get black markers. It's really easy. I use paint. I usually finger paint most of mine, believe it or not. But all you got to do is put something on a sign and go stand out by the road somewhere. It's really just that easy. And you'd be surprised. Sorry, I got to burp up that water. You'd be surprised with, it's not super duper exciting usually, you know, not like the big protests and people with bullhorns and all that. You just can stand and smile, and that's what I do. I stand and smile and try to be welcoming with my demeanor so that people are not put off and people feel they can come and talk to me. And I get some really interesting conversations. So I think that's the way to do it. And you can get your message out because you can actually talk to people and tell them more than what they see on a sign. When you have a sign, you only see like a couple, you can only put a couple words so that people, to try to get your message across. When people stop and talk to you, or like when I go on here, you know, I mean, like you get the chance and the opportunity as you're sitting there when people come up to you, if you're approachable, And that was what that girl even said to me that was out here. She said that my aura was good or whatever. And that is just this is my tip to people. If you're going to be, if you decide to do something like that and you want to protest, instead of being ha ha gotcha all the time with everybody that comes by, you know, and just being angry. And there's a time to be angry. I'm not trying to tell people how to do it, but I'm just saying, if you find yourself in a situation where you are like maybe just doing small protesting and stuff, try to be approachable. Instead of the gotchas, you're really going to find that people will come up and talk to you. Sometimes they'll disagree with you, but you at least get to then disseminate your information about your cause. Just saying. Yeah, you don't see it much in this area. Pluck the Patriarchy. I'm over visiting Pluck the Patriarchy in Virginia, and she and I went and with the same signs and we protested. It was the Sunday that they did the national call out for everybody to nationally to protest. So she's not right here, but yeah. Oh, hey, peace, love, unity. I'm so happy to see you. But yeah, we went out and we had some people. We had a black woman that stopped and was saying, she said, thank you. We need people to stand up for us, you know, and because this was a black woman that was shot. And I'm like, all of us need to stand up, because it's not even just, it's not about one race. We are all in the same boat. I'm finding this out. This is, if you watch, everybody's got a camera now. I always tell you, film the police. If you have any interaction, it doesn't mean that something's going to happen. It just means something could happen, and you will have the video, okay? Oh, I should have told you. I'm sorry. I should have told you that I was going live. Sometimes I forget. I get spur of the momenty. Ah. Hopefully the good police will help us, and the bad, from the bad, we see it all the time. Yeah, you know what, Tanya, so when Pluck and I were out there was a police officer who stopped, and he was county sheriff, actually, from that area over where she lives. And he wasn't in uniform, and he was just, I think he was in his own vehicle, but Pluck could tell he was police right away. I'm not, I don't pay that close attention, so I didn't pick up on that. But we had a conversation. I got to talk with him a little bit, you know, and he agreed that this was it's murder, it was wrong. So that was good to hear. And Pluck has said that she thinks that area, she said that sheriff department so far has been pretty good. But I'm finding out that the officer that shot like that old lady and stuff, you know, he still works for this department. I'd like to know if he got training. I'm going to have to look into this. I haven't had time yet to look it up, but find out what exactly happened. And just getting to know people from around this area. This is awesome. I'm so glad I did this today, because now I got an in, meeting this girl. I got an in to maybe join and get more people to come, and we can maybe organize a really good protest in one of the bigger cities around here. So that's awesome. I am very, very, very excited about that. Very excited, because like and they're younger people too, like more college age people. For some reason, that age group seems to be more willing to get up off their asses and go out and protest stuff. I'm an anomaly, I guess, because I'm 53 years old and I've decided to I love protesting. I love it. It is something that I don't know. I love protesting. If you were to ask me to describe myself, the very first thing I'd tell you probably is that I protest. I am a protester. I do like protesting because I think it's important for people to have a voice, and I have had my voice repressed so much in my life, and I've had people control what I say and stuff like that, that no more, man. I like protesting because then I get to have my voice, and I like to listen to other people's voices too and to hear what they have to say. So professional, I am not a professional, no, but I'm learning a lot of stuff. I'm learning a lot about protesting, a lot. Let me see. Do we have anybody in here that's not like just, oh, the Waffle House. Yeah, okay. The state of Virginia is the home of the Waffle House. I do like the Waffle House, James. I got to meet Peace, Love, and Unity for dinner at the Waffle House. Uh-huh. Yes, on my trip. I was on a trip and I got to go to the Waffle House with Peace, Love, and Unity. Thank you for dinner. It was yummy. I have very good memories of the Waffle House. 6 police officers. The Waffle House put my life in danger. They did. They put my life in danger by calling. If you haven't seen the video, oh my God. I was protesting. It was when I was protesting over in West Virginia. This group, 1776 Restoration Movement, had let pedophiles live with children. And so I was protesting them, and I would protest them at night and stuff too sometimes. And I ended up going back the one night I had a few beers at the hotel afterwards. And I was looking for Telescope. Okay. I was looking for one of the other protesters, Telescope. And he was down at the Waffle House. Like the hotel was right there and you just walked down to the Waffle House. So I walked down to the Waffle House and got some coffee. And I didn't see him. And I was like looking for him. I think I was live streaming, if I remember correctly. I may have been live streaming. But I was like, no, I might not have been. I don't remember. But I was talking to the people and I was like just laughing. And I'm very kind of ditzy. Okay, I am ditzy naturally. And I'd had a few beers. And so I was just laughing, having a good time. And I found out Telescope was outside. He was sitting down on the sidewalk. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go talk to my buddy. So I took my coffee and I went outside and sat down on the sidewalk with him in front of the Waffle House. We just sat there talking. The next thing I know, I am surrounded by police officers. There are like 6 cops. I think it was 6 cops. It was like maybe 3 or 4 cars just surrounded me and Telescope sitting on a curb on the sidewalk, drinking some coffee and stuff. And we thought we'd been swatted. We really thought we'd been swatted by this group we were protesting because they did that all the time. And it wasn't. It was because I had that coffee and I had forgotten to pay for my coffee. And instead of just like as I'm leaving or when they come out there saying, hey, lady, you forgot to pay for your coffee, they called the police and put my life in danger. All these popo around me. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine calling the police on somebody because they're sitting outside and they just simply forgot to pay for their coffee? They didn't even go away. They're still on your property on the sidewalk. Oh, never said nothing to me. But anyway, it was kind of funny. I laughed about it. I thought it was pretty hilarious. Actually, Telescope's bad influence on me because after we left, it was kind of stupid. I felt that was really uncalled for. And so we were laughing and I was like, well, I really need some more coffee. And he's like, you should go get a refill. So I did. I went back to try to get a refill. And I was told that I needed by the police that I couldn't do that. Couldn't get my refill. But We were all reminding her for months to pay for coffee. Yes, you did. Oh, I loved Waffle House. There was a guy that worked there that worked okay, so I got to know the waitress at night because I'd always go to Waffle House when I was done protesting at night. I do it by myself. So I'd go and I'd have Waffle House and I'd talk with the waitress and the cook. Well, the cook and the waitress didn't like these people, the 1776 Restoration Movement, because Big Dummy and I'm not sure. I thought they had said Cookie, but like the group of them were down there and they were eating there and they were hassling the wait staff. They were making a nuisance of themselves, and then they only gave the waitress like a 20-some cents tip. And they already didn't like them. And then when I started telling them about how they let pedophiles live with children, they really didn't like them. And so I would go in there and they liked me and we'd talk and stuff. Well, the 1776 Restoration Movement people would follow me and they'd go out and drive around my car and just do stupid shit, and he defended me against these people. He actually defended me against these people. He went out running after one of their cars once. He was sick of them. He thought they were shit people. The workers like me, yeah. Oops. I am kind of likable sometimes. I could be a real pain in the ass, but I am pretty likable, I think. I try to get along with pretty much everybody. Unless we're protesting against each other, then maybe not so much. Or if you let pedophiles live with children. If you let pedophiles live with children, I am not nice. I'm not nice. I'm a bitch when it comes to that shit. Oh yeah, I would love to meet up with you too again. Peace, love. It's hard when we all live in different states and stuff. It's nice to meet people that I see you guys in the chat, and I've kind of got to know. I don't really know you, but I get to kind of, see what you say and stuff and talk back and forth. And it's really nice. I love being able to then have a face and like how you act and stuff, get to kind of, I don't know you, but I get to kind of meet you and see you in person and talk with you. And I enjoy that so much. I've had people open their homes to me, people that don't even know me, open their homes to me. And I've stayed at people's houses that I don't even know them. So, it's been quite an experience. I really do. I'm kind of a free spirit. I like to get out and meet people, and so I've got a good personality, I think, for protesting. Oh, you liked me? Thank you. I really liked you too, James. It was so nice to be able to meet you. I'm a hugger. I love to give everybody a nice big hug. I believe in energy exchanges when you hug people. You either are giving them your energy or they're taking your energy. I mean, oh, wait, let me think. I might have said that wrong. You're either giving them energy or you're taking their energy. And so, like, a lot of times when I'm hugging people, I like, especially in situations like where I'm protesting and stuff and I meet up with people, I really give a lot of myself, of my energy into my protesting. And even if it doesn't look like I'm doing a lot physically, mentally, I really do. And so sometimes being around people can be very draining for me, and I do need my alone time. And if I'm in a really bad mood, sometimes it's hard for me because then I'm the one in need, I guess. And at times I have hugged people where I've needed a hug, and they transfer some good energy to me. So I appreciate that. I'm from Springfield. Okay, I'm from Springfield, and Sonia is getting justice, and our community is behind her family. I live 2 miles. Oh, wow, 2 miles. Wow, so you're familiar with the police department there and stuff. I don't know if this is like an anomaly with this police department, or the fact that they hired him after all the problems that he's had. That's something we need to make changes. We don't just need justice for one situation or one person. We need changes for sure. I think that we need accountability for the police. They need better training. They need different training. It's obvious. It's like I said to the one couple that stopped. I'm like, people talk about systemic problems. One of the systemic problems with our police departments is their training. What the police believe that they are allowed to do, which is why the auditors are so important. These auditors that go out, you may not always like them, but the auditors go out and they are teaching the police what is unacceptable, what is breaking our rights. I started out in life as a always taught to respect the police. I've known a lot of police officers in my life. I grew up and went to school with a kid whose dad had been a police officer that had been shot and killed when he pulled somebody over. They shot him and left him on the side of the road to die. So that's where I come from with that. I'm not anti-police or all cops are bastards or none of that stuff. That's not me. I think myself that we need some form of police for different things. I just think that a lot of changes need to be made. And one of them is the systemic problem that the police actually, a lot of them believe that they can do certain things that take away our rights. And that is not acceptable. That needs to change for sure. You were born and raised there. Good. Okay, bye, Diane. So anyway, there's lots of stuff that needs to change with it all. And I need to get going too. Actually, I wasn't planning on going live very long. I just wanted to tell you guys, it's been almost an hour. I just wanted to tell you guys what was going on, that, you don't have to live stream to protest. Okay. And I protest without live streaming. I live stream sometimes so you guys can see what's going on, and it can encourage others, and so maybe you can see the interactions, the things that happen, and even for my safety sometimes, because you never know what could happen to you when you're out protesting. But you don't have to. It doesn't have to be on video. It still is happening. And you reach people. You stand out on the side of the road with some signs and you can reach people, and you don't know who that person's going to talk to. You don't know who's maybe didn't know about Sonia Massie and thought, well, who is she talking about? And then they go and look it up. So, and what I'm finding is here in this town in Virginia, that I'm getting to the feel of this town in Virginia, and I'm seeing that there's some problems here. Some problems here with the police, because I'm already heard of 2 situations that people have told me about, where the police have killed an old lady and then beating up a bunch of black guys at one of the restaurant things here. So there is some problems. And this okay, so this area here it's in Virginia, but it is it's a good mix of black and white people. A good mix of it. I haven't seen a lot of Hispanic people here, but I do see a lot of both black and white people. Okay. And so because some areas where I've lived, it's been mostly white people, or it's like white and Hispanic. There's always different mixes. And so this community right here that I'm in, I see a good mix of both black and white. So that's one aspect of it. That's kind of nice to see. Let's see, what else? It seems kind of like it seems quiet around here. but I'm going to get my thumb on the pulse of this community and find out what's going on around here. As long as I'm here, might as well. Oh, thanks, Tanya. You think I should stream more? Yeah, Shelly, I kind of stopped for a while. I needed a little bit of a rest from it. And the truth is that I realized I don't have to have and say an opinion on everything that happens in this world on live stream. I'll talk to people one-on-one about anything, but like I don't have to go out and every time something happens, oh, Lori thinks this, Lori thinks that, on all my social media platforms. I've kind of condensed things and found out while I was resting up, because it took a lot out of me, the protesting that I had been doing. I've been protesting for a few years and I needed a little bit of a break. And I got that on the ranch in Texas. I got quiet. It was nice and quiet out there. I got away, kind of away from the crowds of people and stuff. And I stopped live streaming, just like me talking and stuff. And part of that was, like I said, because I've realized I don't have to sit and try to entertain. I don't like to try to entertain people. That's not who I am. I like to share my protesting, and I hadn't felt like protesting for a while. I didn't have a good cause until the Gateway Church pedophile thing. So my focus is pedophiles and all the aspects that go along with them. But I'm also very interested in the Sonia Massie killing, murder. And I'm very, very interested in the police stuff and the auditing. I really like the auditing of free speech auditors. I watch James Freeman. Here's the Deal. I like Here's the Deal. Let's see. I don't always agree with everybody, but I like to watch them. There's certain ones. I've got a lot of auditors. There was an auditor, Carolina, in Fort Worth, Texas, that I had wanted to go down there when I was there because she was actually assaulted by a police officer there. I watch a lot of different auditors. I can't even name them all. There's the armed fishermen. There's a lot of them now that they just go places with a live stream and they stand up for their First Amendment rights. Some of them their Second Amendment rights. And there was one dude that just holds a sign that says bless our homeless vets or something like that. And like it's amazing how people are not aware of their rights. Yes, murder for sure. I don't see a lot of uproar. Why do you think that is? I have to think about that because I guess I don't know. I wonder if people do care and they just think about it, or they care but they don't get out and say anything. Maybe people are waiting for somebody else to do it. I really don't know because there's going to be the crowd. There is a crowd that even is defending this police officer that shot Sonia Massie. There's a real popular one, and there are the bootlicker's not a nice word to use for it, but the bootlicker crowd. Okay, so like the ones that support the police no matter what. And they don't realize that you could support the police and still believe in accountability for police officers and that they don't break your rights. Some of them don't realize that. They need to. But there's always going to be that crowd. Okay. And I can't remember what the name of the one. It's a black dude. Officer Tatum. I think it's Officer Tatum. Is it? Pretty sure. I unsubscribed. I used to be subscribed to him back when I used to maybe have different ideas about the police. And because I have always supported the police. I used to hold signs. My first sign was Blue Lives Matter. That was my first sign. So, today I hold a sign that says stop murder by police. Call the police, get murdered. So my views, while I still am not anti-police, I am definitely for accountability with police. And I think that I've said all along, even when I held the other signs, I've always said when I supported police, I give the police hell. I have in my own hometown. I used to give them hell all the time when they fucked up, because it's like, you guys need to do your jobs and remember that you serve us, that you're public servants for us. We pay your paycheck. That's your job. And I'm finding out that they are not here to protect and serve you. They're here to, if they can, find something you're doing wrong and put you in jail. And people need to wake the hell up and realize that. That's just the reality of it, folks. The reality of this is that the popo are not there to help you. They may help you in certain situations if you have an emergency, okay? But do you get that they're looking for things? If they pull you over, it's not just simply because you were speeding and they want to give you a ticket. The second they walk up to you, everything they do, every question they ask you as they're looking around inside your car, that is to see if you have anything you shouldn't have that they can take you to jail for. That's just the reality. And people don't, I'm learning that, you don't need to speak and tell them where you're going. You don't need to tell them what you're doing. There are times that you do have to provide identification, and there are times that you don't have to provide identification. So we need to learn those things. We need to learn our rights. And I'm learning that. I'm learning that myself. Thank you to all the auditors and all the people who video. Please, if you don't take away nothing, film the police. Always film the police. I will be driving down the road and pull over and get my camera out and just start videoing if somebody is pulled over. Stay in your car if you can, if it's in a parking lot. But if you see somebody being arrested on the side of the street, or you see somebody who's pulled over and it look, just start videoing them. When they pull somebody over, if the police pull somebody over, how many times have you seen a second police car come to check on them and help them? Well, that's what we are, folks. We are the accountability for these police officers, and we are our brother's keepers. And you don't know which situation and which time somebody is going to get have a bad officer that violates their rights and maybe even assaults them or shoots and kills them. We need to video. If nothing happens, then you just can delete your little old video and nothing happened. But if something happens to that person, you have it on video, because it's hell to get, even if the police have their cams on, it is very hard to get them. Do not rely on the police's video. You will have to go through the courts. Most times you could FOIA requests and all that stuff, but a lot of times it will be very hard to get that stuff. So James, what did James say? Yes, a lot of people don't even realize that their rights are being violated. Exactly. I never did either. I was just the type of person, when the police came up, no matter what, I handed my ID over, and I whatever they told me to do, I did it, And I'm realizing, and I don't have to be nasty to the police if they pulled you over or they came up to you. I don't have to be nasty to them. But there are some things that I don't have to do. If you're not committing a crime, if they cannot articulate a crime that they believe you are committing, You don't have to give them your ID for standing on the side of the road, on a sidewalk, with a sign. If you're walking down the road and the police come up to you, you don't have to they can't just come up to you for no reason and start asking you for ID and stuff. So learn your rights. Learn your rights, folks. Yeah, how can they watch the video and defend him? I know Officer Tatum tried to say, see, that's why I said that earlier, because Officer Tatum slowed shit way down, and she had the pot up like that in one hand that he saw, like you could see in his video. So he's saying, well, she threw the pot of water. And my rebuttal to him was, then the threat was gone. If it happened your way, the threat was gone. Why did he shoot her in the head? What was she going to do? Where's the threat? There's no threat left. In her own home. Shot a lady. Can you imagine that? See, that just blows my mind, because I really have always been brought up that you call the police if you were in that situation and they help you, and to be shot in your own home by the police after you called them because you were afraid of somebody trying to get in your home, just blows my mind, but it's I'm finding out that these kind of situations are happening more and more. It is a good point, Shelley. I know I put it on that Officer Tatum. He did a couple lives on it, and he really sits there and tries to say that it was a justified shooting. No. So even following his narrative, it's not. There was no threat. It's sad. It is heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. But hopefully she gets justice. He's been arrested. We shall see. I surely hope that he will be held accountable. I watched a video with Pluck where they showed I don't know if you guys have seen it, but they showed the officers when they took him in, like when he was like being arrested, like when he was at the station. Let me just put it this way. My friend Pluck was not too happy because she has had an interaction with the police where they were not very nice to her. They actually manhandled her. I don't want to really say too much because I don't know what she's told everybody, but I've seen the video. And she was like all up in arms because she's like, the way they treated the officer, was not the way they treat everybody else. And honestly, they should be treating us all the way that they treated that officer, is how I feel about that. They should be treating us with decency and respect, and not treating us the way they treat us, and then treating the officer differently. So the hit water, he said, touched his feet. Oh, I know. No, I don't think you did see it, James. I don't think you saw it. I don't think she's put that out on video yet. I really don't think she's put that out on video. She hasn't been able to do that. I'll be right back. Just 1 second. Okay, sorry. I saw somebody walking by that I wanted to say hello to. Yeah, okay, the water. Yeah, he said the water hit him. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No. Some water rolled across the floor, and it got on his shoes. He went towards her. Listen, if somebody had a pot of boiling water and I thought that they were going to throw it on me, and they had been saying things that, like, she was acting a little strange, like she was having some mental fog or something, okay, a little slower or something. There was something there. And so if I thought somebody was maybe a little off, okay, and I was afraid they were going to throw a pot of boiling water on me, the very last thing I would do is advance on them and go towards the pot of boiling water. Is there anybody here that would advance on somebody with a pot of boiling water that you thought was going to throw that water at you? I really don't think so. Pothole. Yes. Yeah. It looked like she had a pothole. But that's what I thought too. Yeah, he went into lying. Yeah. There's just no way. Which one of you? You tell me, now, for real, honestly. If I was in my kitchen doing crazy talk, and I pick up a pot of boiling water and I said to you, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And you thought, oh shit, she's going to throw this pot of boiling water on me. What would you do? What would be your first response and your first thought? What would you do? For real. Would it be to grab a gun and shoot me in the head? Would it be to advance on me? To come closer to me and the pot of boiling water? Especially if you had a counter between us? Just something to think about. What would you do? I know what Lori would do. Lori would be hiding. Lori would be running out the door if I thought somebody was going to throw a pot of boiling water on me, because I wouldn't want boiling water on me. I do agree that boiling water can be a weapon. If somebody's going to actually throw boiling water on you, that would hurt. I don't know how bad it would hurt, but it would hurt pretty bad. So, like, if you really thought they were going to do that, I would not get anywhere near that pot of boiling water. I'd have them put that boiling water down. I'd be like, hey, put the boiling water down. Let's talk. Why don't you come back over here? Why don't you come back over here? We sent you over there to turn the pot of boiling water off. Now we'd like you to come back over here. Why don't you come get your identification? Come on, let's finish this over here and de-escalate the situation, you know? Kind of like I got a hair stuck on my arm. I keep trying to get it off. I can't see it, but it's bugging me. I heard something about that too. I've heard a couple stories, and I don't want to disseminate like misinformation, okay? I had seen where they said that something else had happened between him, the officer, and they were saying it was Sonia Massie's relative before this. But I saw an article that said where the lady spoke up, the mother, I think it was somebody, I can't remember the situation, so I don't want to say it the wrong thing. But that the mother had said that they were not related, that but they were family friends. So, yes, there had been an interaction with him with someone she knew before that. There's been talk about that they may have had interactions with Sonia Massie before this. I don't know. We'll have to find out. It'll be interesting to see what comes out, all the information that comes out. Oh, and the one that Mickey just put on here. He's seen her earlier at the hospital getting mental help, and his fiance was okay. So I had heard something to that effect too, that his fiance was a nurse, and that she had interaction with Sonia Massie. Oh, you're from the UK, Melanie. Sonia Massie is a lady that was she's from one of our states, Illinois, in the United States, And she called the police because she thought somebody was outside of her house walking around. And when they came, they looked and didn't see anybody, and they came inside and they ended up shooting her in the head. And the officer tried to say, they had her go, she had a pot of boiling water on the stove, and they had her go turn the stove off, and she like put the pot of boiling water over to the sink, and she told the officer, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And he ended up pulling his gun out on her and shot her in the head. And let's talk about incompetence, okay? And training. The officer that was with, I can't remember his name. I think it was Sean. The other officer that was with him, when he pulled his weapon because the other officer had pulled his weapon, and he actually, for a very quick, short period, I think it was like 3 seconds, had his gun aimed at the officer that shot Sonia Massie. Incompetence. And they went into her home and they shot her dead over a supposed pot of boiling water. It's just ridiculous. And it's not like this is a one-time thing. This is not just one situation that's happened and it's over. We're seeing it more and more and more. You don't get what part? I would like to know more about it, what's going to happen. And it looks even worse because, I mean, when you look at it, at the video, she looks frail, okay? They said that Sonia Massie was in her 50s. I'm in my 50s. I'm 53. And I thought she was elderly, I'll be honest. When I watched the video, I thought she was a lot older than what she was. But I think it was because of the way she was kind of acting, like kind of a little confused. She wasn't moving like real fast. She was moving a little slower. You couldn't see her. I couldn't see her face real clear and stuff. So I thought she was a little older than that. But it was this black lady, and so she was more frail. She was more like me, like like this. We're littler, and he was a big strapping dude. Okay, big strapping guy. He was, I think, if I had to guess, I'd say like 6 feet tall. He's like got blonde hair, the blue-eyed big jock type, And here he is going in, and he's so afraid of this little lady that he shoots her in the head and kills her after he tells her he's going to do it. That's what was crazy. He told her, he pointed his gun at her and told her that he was going to shoot her in the head if she didn't put the pot of boiling water down. And she went down to the floor and she's like, I'm sorry. And then he shot her in the effing head. Yes, obviously some mental issues going on. Obviously. It may have been that she took her medicine, because I have taken medicines where you take them at night because they affect they groggy your brain, and they make you sleepy and stuff like that. It could be something like that. Who knows? It could be the medication that she took. Medication, or it could be more of a mental issue. Who knows? But it was obvious that there was something going on, and he was frustrated with how long it took her to get to the door, because you can hear him on he didn't even have his body cam on. He didn't even have his body cam on when he shot. It was his partner that had it. He didn't have his body cam on when he went in. His partner did. Uh-oh, I'm getting mosquitoes. Did he have it on? Do you guys remember? Did he have his body cam on? I don't think he did it until after he shot her. Somebody in the chat tell me. I got a new one today. I needed a new. My old ones were, my batteries, it wouldn't charge or nothing. My vapes, they were getting pretty bad. I was starting to get afraid to use them. You know, I know he didn't have it on at first. I'm trying to remember if he had it on. I thought he turned it on after he shot her. That's one thing I'm not 100% sure. Some are more concerned with the power trip than the safety of the public. Yes, things need to change. Yes. Yes. So I made a Facebook short out of somebody else's short. I do that sometimes because the message needs to get out. The Armed Fisherman put one out. It's a YouTube page. The Armed Fisherman. He put one out of this. It's a short of this officer like on the stand. And he says it right there. Officer safety is more important than your and I's safety or our civil rights. That their safety is more important than your safety or your civil rights. So these cops, some of them at least, really honestly believe that the safety of officers is way more important than your rights or your safety, which is why we have issues, because they hurt us. They take away our rights in the name of their safety. They're so afraid of us, even just pulling us over, that they violate your rights sometimes. So it's important to know your rights. Yeah, it was only his partners. I'm not sure when he actually turned it on, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think it was afterwards, if I remember correctly. Oh, her 17-year-old son was trying to get her mental help. We should not be afraid of the police. We shouldn't have to be afraid of them. I don't like it that, I was raised where, if you're with that belief that if you're not doing anything wrong and you just obey what the police say, that you would be safe. In the perfect world, maybe. In this world we live in today, no. I hate it when people say that, because it's such a lie that they've been fed all these years. Is that, well, if you were just doing what they told you, if you just did what they told you, they wouldn't hurt you, or they wouldn't do this to you, or they wouldn't do that to you. And it's like, when they're violating your rights, you don't have to do what they say when it's an unlawful order. And it's people just going along so that the police don't harass them or hurt them. That's not the answer. People just, it's like going along to a bully. We've gone along all these years. And I think people are starting to realize, because of social media and the internet and all these videos and auditors, they're realizing their rights, and they're starting to stand up for them. His partner had the camera on the whole time. Yep. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. It's 8:40. Oh, I can see my time. Yay. So it's getting late here. It still looks light out though. Huh. But I'm gonna be heading out. I just wanted to tell you guys what had happened today, what I'd been up to, talk a little bit about it. This is kind of my form of protest, is talking about different situations. There's one more thing. So there's another, on another note, there is a pedophile guy. Okay, so when he was 17, Brian Dunker, Dunker, I think it's Bryan. He goes on YouTube by Outlaw Reform Ministries. You can look him up on YouTube. It's Outlaw Reform Ministries. And he lives in Oklahoma. He's on the Texas registry because at 17 years old, he molested his 8-year-old sister. Let that sink in a little bit. 17 years old, he molested his 8-year-old sister. And he's on the Texas registry for life, but he found a loophole so he could go to Oklahoma and not have to be on the registry. And he has tried to join the convoys, the Take Our Border Back convoy. I went and protested him when he tried to do that. Found out he was going there. He wanted to join up with the children. Okay? No. And he has... Somebody is backing him. Somebody is giving him money. Okay, I think it might be one of his moms. I know his mom is involved with his little ministry or whatever. Well, a few months back, he did a live where he went to Texas from Oklahoma and drove around. And he had no money. He didn't even have money for gas. He just went on God, God told him to go on a pilgrimage, and he went driving around like God told him to, and like just having people like give him money for gas here and there. So that was just a few months ago. He now bought a church building. He bought a building. It's a small building, but it's a building. And he's opening a church. He has the renovation money, so he bought flooring. He bought a floor that floats, a floating floor. He's redoing it all, and he has a grand reopening. Look him up. It's all on his community page of his grand reopening. He says he's got a bus to take disabled people so he could pick them up for church. Yeah, this guy, nah. Nope. People need to go, and some of us need to go and make sure, this is something I have been planning, kind of, need to go and tell the people around that community, take flyers of his sex registry, and put whatever you want on it, but let people know about his church and what he is. He has a young son, like a toddler son, that I think I thought he got arrested for. I looked it up. I want to make sure I say the right thing. I don't know if it was child neglect or no. What was it? What's the right word? He got arrested because he let a pedophile, a convicted pedophile, live in the house with his son. That's what he does. He thinks he's a minister to outlaws. He reforms outlaws. That's the name of his church. Outlaw Reform or something like that. Reforming Outlaws or something like that. He's got a big banner he's got up. Yeah, this guy, just go look at him. You'll see there's some issues with him. Yeah, what the fuck? Exactly. He's one of those that like the pedophile Marcus Kopak. They can't stay just in with their friends and their group and stuff. They have to be around children, and they have to be in the limelight. Yes, how did he get the money for all that? That's what I'm saying. A few months ago, he couldn't afford his gas and coffee. And today he has a church building. He renovated it, and he has a bus, some kind of bus thing to pick people up. I think it might be a van, a disabled van. Seriously, I've looked into vans that you can like renovate to live in and shit, and they're not super cheap. So yeah. So he's in Oklahoma. He's one to look up. It's Outlaw Reform Ministries. He's on Facebook. I have turned his page in Facebook in because Facebook has a policy against letting pedophiles have pages, and they did not take his page down. He needs to be mass reported on Facebook. He's got a couple different Facebook pages. And I have sent them his sex offender registry. It's ridiculous. He should not be on Facebook. He should not even be allowed on social media. So he should get his page taken down. He loves to be on that live stream and stuff. And there's something about pedophiles and religion. They love to be disseminators and preachers of the word. and to be in positions of power and authority. His name, it's Brian. I think it's Bryan, and the last name is Dunker. I made a community post. I'm not 100% if I made one yet on YouTube. I did on Facebook, but I don't know if I did, or on Twitter. But on YouTube, I've made community posts about him, because he's an issue. He's a problem. I mean, like, he even got his own kid taken out of there because he was letting pedophiles. So look at who he's bringing to that church. Not only did he molest his sister, but he is bringing pedophiles. Oh, wait, somebody just sent me something. Is that something you can put in the, if you can put that in my chat, if you've got the link to his like registry or to his page, you could put that in there so people can know where to find him. But he's drawing pedophiles into this community of people who have no clue what's coming their way, that there's more pedophiles, and that's what he's trying to do, is he's trying to minister to pedophiles. He's a sick person. Sicko, yeah, sick. But I just wanted to get that out there, because I'm going to try to say that every friggin' time I come on live, at least tell people about this, because it's something that I have seen. There's some other people who are doing some stuff to try to maybe get him taken down off of YouTube and off social media platforms. And I mean, anybody that wants to do that kind of stuff, have at it, because he's not good. And honestly, I think we need to go down and flood the area. I did it with Marcus Kopak. I went to where he was registered as living in Indiana, and I went to the police department, asked them, hey, am I allowed to do this? They said, yes, you are. Here's the parameters, and I went out and I did it. I went and talked to all the neighbors in the neighborhood. There was a school there. I put up his flyers with his sorry, my nose is getting stuffy, but with his sex offender registry on it. And I put it up on all the poles and stuff around the school and around the area. I went and talked to his actual next door neighbors. That's the kind of shit we got to start doing. We need to do it to this guy. Yeah, Brian, there we go. Oh, it's IAN, sorry. BRIAN, I got it wrong. Brian Jared Dunker, Outlaw Reform Ministry. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. So that's something that we need to, people need to deal with. Man, if you're in the Oklahoma area and you can go out and do some of that, have at it. I can't get out there right away. I think his church opens August 18th. Is it the 18th? It's in the teens. Trying to think. It was either the 17th. I don't know. I don't have my calendar here, but yeah. So his grand opening is going to be soon, and that community deserves to know what's in their community, for sure. So I can't get out there for the grand reopening, but I do have some plans with Pluck, and we're going to be doing some things, and who knows, he may get a visit from Lori and Pluck too. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and everybody have a great weekend.